Prior to this happening, the lead story obviously was going to be what happened in Iowa last night, and we'll get to it, of course, with Trump. Well, somebody just said to me, it's amazing the thing wasn't blamed on Trump. Don't think for a moment there wasn't going to be an effort to look. Last night on CNN, I was blamed for Trump. I was blamed for the creation of Fox News and Trump. All the anger in the country was laid on me. So don't for a minute think they weren't trying to find a way to lump this on Trump. That's what I'm talking about. You have to be able to read between the lines when you watch these people on TV report these events. And you know when this thing first happened, and before anybody knew what had happened, the first fear they had was open season on journalists. And if you look at polling data, not new here, journalism is among the least respected industries or professions in the country today. I think it ranks even below where Congress is, and that's at the bottom. And they all know it. They're very much aware of it. Doesn't matter, but they're very much aware of it. So there was no doubt in my mind. You could just see the look on their faces and the tone of their questions to each other. Is it open season on the media? Because maybe you need to say something here. This whole Trump episode has everybody bamboozled. It has the elites bamboozled. It has the establishment bamboozled. It has political professionals, all stripes bamboozled. It's got the media bamboozled. Nobody can figure it out. They don't know how it's happening. They don't know how Trump's surviving. They don't, and I'll tell you why they don't. It's something, I talked about it on Friday, in fact, about who knows their audience and who doesn't know their audience. I watched this thing last night. I happened to get on the airplane to catch maybe the last 30 minutes of it on the way home. And the last 10 minutes of what Trump did last night sealed the deal. I mean, the sincerity, the appreciation for the audience that showed up. He gave every indication. He left no doubt how much he loved those people that showed up, how much he respects them, how much their presence means to him. All the braggadocio aside, all of the showmanship and the flamboyance, all of that aside, Donald Trump let them know at the end of everything else he said how deeply touched and moved he is by their support, by their belief in him. In fact, those last 10 minutes created, if they hadn't already, a bond and sealed that bond between Trump and the people who are supporting him. Now, what that means is there isn't anybody that's going to be able to break that bond. The media is not going to be able to break it. There's nothing they can say about Trump, excuse me, that is going to cause people to lose respect for him or begin doubting him. There's nothing they can do. They don't know that. They will continue trying to undermine Trump. There's nothing any of these other candidates, Republican or Democrat, can do. He has created that bond. And by the way, that bond probably has been in the process of being created long before his campaign began. But it is intensified. And as such, the only person that can damage Trump now is Trump. The only person who can break that bond is Trump. And the point of all this is that while all of these experts are flailing around trying to understand the Trump phenomenon and predicting its end, one of the great things about getting out of town, all my friends are gone, and I'm the only one that stays here in the summertime. I am a lone wolf. It's great because I have all kinds of privacy and nobody bugs me. So I had a chance to actually talk to some people person to person that I know that I haven't seen in quite a while. And I was treated to all kinds of conspiracy theories about Trump. People believe, for example, a secret deal between Trump and Fox News and Ailes and Megyn Kelly, that all of this is, and this is a wealthy hedge fund guy telling me this, this is all designed to keep Trump in the news, to make a star out of Megyn Kelly, and to keep Fox News number one. People believe this. I had other theories, too. one of the questions I got was, "Why, Rush? Trump doesn't really want to win this. So what is he doing?" I said, "What do you mean he really doesn't want to win it?" Well, I don't think he really wants to. I don't think he halfway expected any of this to happen. I think he's loving it, but I think there's something else he got into this for. There's some other reason, and I can't see him doing the distance here. He's going to get bored or what have you. So he's not going to get bored if this kind of adulation continues. But it was fascinating to find out what and how people are thinking. And even now there are some who look at this and don't think it's legit. That there's some secret reason, some unknown thing Trump has in mind here. He's either running a stunt on the whole political system, he's running a scam on the whole, and other people believe it's legit. I mean, I'm telling you, I heard the whole gamut of possible explanations. And the thing that people continue to, particularly the experts, the failure to understand, which is stunning to me, by the way, given the business they're in, the failure to understand the connection Trump is making with his own. Now, some, by the way, they're not all missing it. They understand there's a bond and they understand there's a connection. But even those in the establishment who claim to get that think that the bond is made up of negative characteristics. Angry people seeking somebody to kick everything around because that's what they want to do and can't, and Trump is that guy. None of it's positive to these analysts. None of this that has drawn a crowd to Trump and created this bond, none of it's positive. It's all negative, even to the political professionals. And this is what they just... they're in denial, or they don't know, or they really don't get it. But if they really want to try to understand it, they need to watch the last 10 minutes. I'm not saying the rest of it was irrelevant. Don't misunderstand. I mean, the first 30 minutes was just Trump stream of consciousness about himself. And then the next 30 minutes was rat-tat-tat, issue, serious. And he said something the biggest applause line of the night last night. He thinks the teleprompter should be banned from all political campaigns. Biggest applause line of the night. Why do you think that is? Why do you think that engendered such raucous support? Because the people are not idiots. Voters engaged this far out are not idiots. They're not lame brains. They're not mind-numb robots. They're sophisticated enough to know. If you take a teleprompter away from somebody, you're going to find out real quick what they really think. You're going to find out real quick if they have any depth. You're going to find out real quick if they have the ability to think on their feet. You're going to find out real quick if they have the ability to captivate you with their own words. Take the teleprompter away from Obama. Take it away from practically everybody. Do not let anybody, and it just place erupted with that. So the Trump thing was 50 minutes and had every element in it. It had the showbiz. It had the serious discussion of issues. And then it had the sincere, and I mean it was deeply sincere, thank you and wrap up at the end. And do not doubt that his audience heard it, appreciated it, understood it. And then, of course, there were the fireworks prior to that with Jorge Ramos and Unity. I had no idea the guy was so short, Snerdley. I had no idea that the guy's so short if he played third base on a Major League Baseball team, he wouldn't be able to see first base over the pitcher's mound. I didn't realize what a tiny guy he was. We find out his daughter now works for Hillary's campaign. Did you know that? Yeah, he said he went public today. He had full disclosure. The guy's not a journalist. He's an activist. And the media knows Trump handled that well last night and kicked butt, and everybody knows it, whether they want to admit it or not. I got to take a break here. I just noticed the clock. You sit tight, my friends. There's much more straight ahead right after this.